John asks, what is the purpose of a kill fee? A kill fee serves many purposes. Basically, it allows for an exit strategy to compensate the contractor if the project doesn't go as planned. There are 5 things that a kill fee typically covers: time, expense, workload, licensing, and redirection. Time. When you contract to do a project, you slate it for a specific date and time. You turn away other work that might otherwise have been slated for that date and time. Should a client kill a project, at least some of that time is therefore compensated. You're not making a profit, but at least your losses aren't as big. Expenses. Contracted projects often require additional resources unique for that project. This can be in physical things such as supplies for the project, like printing or software. It can also be in the form of additional labor, such as photographers, models, copywriters. When a project is shelved or stopped, these expenses need to be compensated. Workload. You contract to do a project in stages. At any one of these stages, the client can decide that they are unsatisfied with the results. They may make the determination that the project's not going to reach their desired outcome. Rather than complete the project, the client decides to cut their losses and place a kill. Licensing. An artist determines the value of a project based on the exposure that project's going to get. Now, this isn't only the amount of exposure it's going to get for the client, it's also the amount of exposure that it's going to get for this creative individual. If that exposure is reduced, not only is the value for the client reduced, but the value of the project itself is reduced for the artist. Redirection. This can be anything from a creative redirection to the redirection of funds. The client may decide during the course of the project that their end goal has changed significantly enough, either partially or fully, that the original project is no longer viable, or it could be that suddenly funds are no longer available to complete the project, which is a redirection of finances. For all of these reasons, kill fees help buffer the loss that's going to occur to the creative professional when they lose out on time they could have spent with other projects, time they could have spent developing other clients, and also the time that they spent on the project itself. Kill fees can be full or partial amounts of the original contract. You need to stipulate as such. And while it's not uncommon for a 50% kill fee to be on contracts, you should really consider all the variables that we've discussed when writing up your kill fee options. I hope that helps.
Disclaimer. Mark Monlux's advice is self-indulgent pontification which may or may not cover the general principles of law in response to issues of concern to the illustration community. Nothing in these articles should be construed to be a substitute for advice of counsel regarding the specific facts and circumstances of an individual case. Laws and their interpretation differ from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. Legal advice addressing a specific situation should be sought from an attorney duly licensed in the appropriate jurisdiction.